Now, this is for puts, because again, we have to be prepared for everything, right? Because again, when it comes to the stock market, you have to be flexible. You have to be able to adapt. This is our puts plan. We have to have a plan for calls, right? So let's say for some reason there's positive news, inflation went down for some reason, and the war's over, which I hope it will be over soon, and the stock market just rallies. Now we need to have a plan for that as well. So what's going to be our plan for calls? Where did we see that price rejected at today? Can anyone tell me? And it's right here, 449, right? So 449, great job, because we do round it up. So 449, 448, 449, right? So this is the level where we have rejected at plenty of times. And again, I'm going to go ahead and just highlight that real quick. This is the level right here. And we can see just so much rejection in the previous levels. What do? We go ahead and we plot that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and plot this level right here, 451. That's going to be our entry. Calls above 451 for SPY. Anything in between is going to be chop city, right? What do we usually say? You never want to be in any trade if it's not trending. If it's moving sideways, you don't really want to trade it. So if we look at today on the 5-minute time frame, we can take a look at how SPY traded. Would you say that SPY was trading today? Trending? Or was SPY very, very choppy today? Choppy, or were we choppy all the way, right? We were definitely choppy. I think it was Annette. She asked, how did I plot that line? So to plot that line, we did the platform training last week, but just to show you real quick, on the left-hand side, you're going to see a whole bunch of rows of different tools. You're going to go to the horizontal line, click there, and then from there, you can click on any wick, and it will go ahead and plot it for you. So Anthony mentioned a really good thing today, and that is that the data will definitely kill you, right? How many folks in here are in fraternities? You're a Greek. I mean, you're part of a Greek organization. Anyone? Okay. We got AKA in the house. We got Omega. We got Delta in the house, right? DSTs, Omega. Okay. Lots of Qs in here. Where the noops at? There got to be a noob in here besides me. So Sigma. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just how there is Greeks. Let's get it. Yeah. No. What up, bro? So yeah. Just how there's Greeks, like, in colleges, in real life, there's Greeks when it comes to options. So the underlying, technicals behind a option contracts are the Greeks. There's the deltas, there's theta, there's rho, there's gamma, right? So it is the exact same, well, not the exact same concept, but they emulate the exact same names. And we will definitely go through that today and show you exactly how, the price is affected based off these different Greeks, right? So when it comes to the theta is all about time. So theta is all about the longer you're holding that contract and it's not going your end, you're losing money by the minute. People love to trade on Fridays. So if you're not an advanced trader, I will not recommend this, because on Fridays, because the contracts expire the exact same day, it's called 0-day expiration, right? These contracts expire the exact same day, meaning that if you go for calls and it goes up, you will make a lot of money. So people love Fridays because it's more like a lotto day, right? So Fridays, for those that love to trade and like to go heavy, is usually a very profitable day. Right. There's also implied volatility. Great job there, Ronnie, as well. That will also dictate, the value of a option contract as well. Okay. So today's SPY was definitely choppy. We can tell because we're trading sideways. There's not much movement, right? When the stock is like this, that's just sideways trading, just how it was right here. One of the ways, and by the way, the line that I have here is the VWAP, right? As you can see, when the price breaks the VWAP to the downside, you could easily go into puts. I'm going to cover it here at a very high level because we're going to do a whole class just for the VWAP. But this is a really good instrument that I highly recommend everyone to use. This is the indicator that all hedge funds use every single day because hedge funds are usually buying or selling at the mid band of the VWAP. So with that being said, any other tickers you want me to look at for tomorrow? Let's do 4. Let's do 4 of them. And so Tesla, what else besides Tesla? Pan W, Microsoft, and AMD. So I think it was, let me write it down here. So we said Tesla, Pan W, Microsoft, AMD, and I'll do like 2 more if we do have time, because I definitely want to cover the execution part as well, right? So let's go to Tesla. What do we usually do every single day? What time frame do we look at every single day to identify what's the trend? What's the time frame? The daily, right? We always go to the daily time frame. The higher the time frame, the more confirmation, right? So we go to our time frame button here, then we go to days and we choose 1 day, right? So if we choose 1 day, let me go ahead and take off the VWAP. At this moment, let me go real quick. Is this a shooter candle? Yes or no? Anyone? The candlestick from today. Definitely a shooter candle. Can someone come off mute or in the chat and let me know, what does a shooter candle signify? Should you be careful if you see that shooter candle after a long trend of just green candles, right? Okay, so it may signify a reversal. That's why I'm actually surprised that Tesla was able to hold 999 today. I thought that it was probably going to go to like 960 just because of the amount of selling pressure across the market. On top of that, we had the shooter candle. What is this called? You see how we have these 3 green bars? Can someone tell me what type of candlestick pattern that is? Anyone? When you have 3 green, 3 white soldiers, that's a really, really, really critical candlestick pattern to know of. It just basically signifies that right now there's lots of buyers currently present. So 3 white soldiers signifies that lots of buyers are currently present, and it signifies that right now we are bullish. So at this moment, Tesla still looks good. What do I like to do? I like to usually come to the top of the wick and place a horizontal line. So 1040 was the high of today, right? Looking at 1040, we're able to understand that today this was what? It acted as resistance. And I'm going to circle a couple other points, and I want you to tell me whether or not it acted as support or resistance. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. All right. So this is going to be the first one. Is this support or is it resistance? Just drop it in the chat. Why resistance, Janet?
I hate when I'm not on mute.
No, it's okay.
Dang. Well, because it wasn't able to like penetrate that line.
You mean it wasn't able to break that line to the downside?
Break the line, yeah.
So that's support, right? Because support is going to be the floor, right? So support is floor. So as long as price just bounces off of it, it just means that there's buyers there. So that is definitely support. Now, on the other hand, let's go right here.
Why I stay on mute, guys?
Nah, we like you on mute. Yeah, and then resistance is where price just goes and it gets rejected every single time because there's sellers at that level, right? So we got support. And yes, so it is support that turned into resistance. Great job there, Nick. So I'm going to give you another one. Let's see. Let's do this one right here. Is that support or is it resistance? Or is that an example of broken support? What do you think, Janet?
Broken support.
Great job. Broken support, right? It was clearly, it was previous resistance here. And what happened the next day? Price broke that critical level of support of 1041. And that's when price went all the way down, right? So here's what we do for tomorrow. What do we do for tomorrow? Well, we now know that today was definitely bearish. We have a shooter candle at this moment. Yes, Tesla did rally from 976. I mean, the range is insane. Like, look at this range. And hopefully, I can't even draw there. But look, the opening range today was 976 to 1040. These are stocks that move. Wow. I mean, these are stocks that be moving. Like, you're in and out, especially if you're going heavy, you're definitely not going to stay in that trade for long, right? So there's definitely a big range of momentum when it comes to Tesla. So we know that 1041 is a critical level of now resistance. We have a shooter candle. So now what do we want to do? We want to identify what's going to be that next critical level of support. And again, all I do is look for those wicks. I look for the wicks.